It's the Bot Builder's back, and welcome to another episode of Random Bot Builds. Now, there is no computer here today, so we won't be getting a reference image. That's because my mum is using my computer at the minute, because hers broke. But that's fine, because I've already drawn up the body panels for the robot I'm building. As the robot I'm going to be making is Wortel Drie Kwadraat, also known as square root of 3 squared, which is a cluster bot that competed in Dutch Series 2. I want to make them because, one, I've never built a cluster bot before on random bot builds, and two, they're my favourite cluster bot. I love the cool design of it, and they have appeared in some really good fights, like for example, that fight with Pika 3 was really good. And as you can see, I've actually drawn out all the body panels already. So, yeah, I've drawn them all out. We got the body panels of, what I believe they're called ODT 0.33, SOX spot, and elevation. So now I'll just come back to you once I've cut all these bits out. Right, so now I've cut out all the pieces, and I've actually separated them all perfectly. So these are all the bits I need for ODT 0.33, all the parts I need for SOX bot, and all the parts I need for elevation. Elevation has the most amount of parts because they were the most complex one. So, I mean, I think we just start things off by, making ODT 0.33. Right, so here's the basic body of it. Just got a nice wedge. Got some decent detail on it. Got the front yellow stuff it had, as well as the hole it had for some reason. It's relatively nice and low, can get onto things easily. But I haven't quite added on the wheels yet, so I'll do that now. There we go. Yeah, the wheels, they're not really too distinguishable based on the main body, but that's because ODT 0.33 did have black wheels, as well as, black armament. Armament? No, what am I on about? Not armament, that's weaponry. Oh god, Jonathan Pierce has melted my brain, I'm sorry about that. As well as black armor and black wheels, so they kind of would blend into each other, but I'm quite happy with ODT 0.33. Decent little wedge, nice and low, can wedge underneath things quite easily. But now that we've got that done, it's now time we do SOX bot, also known as Son of X bot. Right, so there's the main body. SOX bot was a very triangular robot. I forgot the details on it fine. Got the sort of the white stuff it had on it. But now, what we're going to do is that we're going to attach the wheels onto it. Yeah, because obviously they're going to be double-sided. Because just because the wheels they were quite thin, but they did extend above the robot. So I'm going to do that now. Right, I've now got the wheels on SOX bots, so yeah, it can run both ways up and whatnot, nice and finely. But now what we got to do is that we need to attach on the yellow lifting arm it had. Now, obviously, I can't make it as thin as the real-life version. The real-life version had an incredibly thin lifting arm. It was like a cocktail stick. There was no way I was going to be able to do that, so I just done a 1 centimeter, 1 centimeter, in width bits that I'm going to stick together and attach them onto the robot. There we go, SOX bot is now done, and yeah, I think it looks pretty good as well. The lifting arm does tend to stick up. I wasn't really hoping for that, but that is more accurate to real life though, because SOX bot's lifter for some reason was never flush to the ground. The lifter does work though. You can get underneath robots quite easily. Here it is, flipping over its sibling, I guess. ODT 0.33. There we go. Can lift things up and over quite easily. Well, lightweights anyway. But if it can't lift over a heavyweight, that's accurate too, because it never really was really able to do that. It was just kind of more of a nuisance bot, really. I mean, this was the one Matilda, like, flywheeled into the camera, if you remember that fight. Yeah, so now we just got one more robot left to make, and that is the main one. W. Dave Dykstra's robot of the trio, Elevation. And we'll just do the main body now. There we go, there's the main body of Elevation. I think it looks pretty good. A bit boxier than the regular one, that's because I won't be able to do all the weird angles it has. Got the wheels, got the piston, got all the yellow bits on it, the bolts and sort of the angled bits like that. And now all I got to do is just sort out the lifting arm and stick these bits on it. And, elevation and and square root and square root of 3 squared will be done. Right, and there we go. Elevation is now done, and yeah, I'm quite happy with it. The lifter doesn't go up that high, but neither did the real life version, but it can self-right, just like that. And unlike the real life version, the lifter actually does have some level of power behind it. I mean, here it is flipping over ODT 0.33. I didn't want to make it too powerful, because that would make it inaccurate. The real life one wasn't the most powerful. I mean, it struggled to lift up Pika 3, but this one it can at least throw lighter robots. So now let's just see them join together, and I can test them out on some big robots and do some size comparisons. Oh yeah, Wortel, Drie, Kwadraat. Yeah, I got them all in that little pose that they all do together. Yeah, and it doesn't quite look like a car, but in my one, but it still looks good. And now, just to size comparison, let's just compare them all with the Swarm. So I mean, you know, I mean, ODT 0.33 are smaller than both Rubber Duck and Blender, who are both lightweights. And so is Son of Xbox. Elevation's kind of in their weight category as well. It's kind of, I mean, Elevation was a middleweight in the actual show, but here I think I could possibly pass them off as a lightweight. You do have a decent flipper. As you can see, they can flip over lightweights, but can it flip over a heavyweight like Razor? Yeah, there's a reason why there's tape on Razor. Razor, they had an off-air fight with Molten Core, and let's just say it got a bit messy, and one of the wheel guards fell off, meaning that I had to unscrew the robot, reattach the wheel guards on, tape them up so it doesn't happen again, and I also lost a piece that went there. Well, no, I didn't lose it. I just I tried to fit it back in there. I got so annoyed, I just gave up with it. And yeah, but yeah, I'm probably going to get a new Razor after Series 2, but yeah, but here is Elevation flipping over Razor. Right here, let's see if they can do it. And they can do it. ODT 0.33 can just wedge underneath things easily, pretty accurate. And SOX bot, it does struggle a bit, but they did struggle the most out of the lot. Oh yeah, it could just about do it. But yeah, that is pretty much Wortel, Drie, Kwadraat. Pretty happy with them. The first ever cluster bot I've made for a random bot build. I'm very happy with them. I'm very pleased with how they turned out. And yeah, and also, this does mark the last robot that I'm going to be making that will go into this box. Because this box, just to give you an idea of how full this box is, it's pretty full. It is, yeah, look, it's pretty much almost completely full. You might be able to see some other robots that will probably appear in future videos, because I do pre-plan this out ahead. Yeah, so, yeah, this kind of it's kind of an end of an era, really. The final robot that's going into this box. They'll sit right there, for now. And that. You served me well, green box, but you've reached your limit, and now, well, any future robots that I make on this channel will go into this box right here. This lovely box right here. It's got plenty of room, and when this one gets full of space, I'll probably try and find a lid and get another box. So I got all things planned, and I have a separate box for pullback stuff / Lego stuff. So yeah, that kind of does it for this video. And well, until next video though, the bot builder out.